It'll be interesting to see if he goes for the ever so popular Headhunter build, or if he does grunts instead. And then Grinchy, looking standard so far. I'm fairly certain we will see a keeper, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does try Demon Hunter in one of the matchup, one of the map. And it is going to actually be grunts. So, looks like he's going to be going the actual BladeMaster. BladeMasterRUSH, rushing the BladeMaster. Alright, I mean, I can dig it. He's definitely a strong hero, just less popular these days. And yeah, we have the keeper from Grinchy. So not really any surprises so far. Early shop indicating he will likely go for the orange camp first. Might just creep the whole thing. Could just grab the item, but I think he'll actually just creep the whole thing. Heal, and then after that it's up to him. Does he decide to harass or just keep creeping? Grinchy starting his pull. We do have a peon to watch out for here. And people really like to be annoying with these workers because Keeper and Archers don't exactly have the highest damage. So it can be kind of risky sometimes. Grinchy needing to be a little careful here. Even though you do get the peon with that entangle, your Ancient War has to actually be a little careful. He does tank one hit with his Ancient War to divert the aggro. He attacked his own Keeper. So Ancient War safe. Keeper did take a little damage though. But he got the peon, and honestly getting the peon is pretty big. And BladeMasterRUSH does still have 7 peons on wood, so that was actually an 8th peon. Going to get a wisp here. Pretty quick kill alongside Windwalk. Yeah, one of the wells already empty, which not ideal, but you'll make do. In an interesting creep route by BladeMasterRUSH, he's actually going for Grinchy's shop. But it looks like he's just grabbing the tome and then backing off to the crabs, maybe? That's actually a pretty decent play. Take some of the Night Elf stuff while not having too much risk, because the elf typically just wouldn't be there yet. Sometimes the elf would come here though, especially when they see this creep missing. So this could have potentially been a dead grunt at this camp, but Grinchy has gone on the bottom side instead, taking BladeMaster's crabs as well. Now, what I would like to see him do here, what can be pretty good, is actually pulling this and just taking the level 5 with an entangle. However, it looks like Grinchy just going to go for the small green and get the level up to 3. Not a bad play. BladeMasterRUSH on the other hand, going for wisp kills. Grinchy's tech is almost done though, so even if he loses some here, he should be able to replace them fairly easily. Of course, it's hard to get away from a BladeMaster when he just gets a crit like that. Gotta love the old 2-hit kills on workers, right? It's actually doing quite a lot of damage to this gold mine. But honestly, if Grinchy wanted, he could either try to do something in the base before the Shadowhunter is out, or he could continue stealing creeps. He does just staff home though, which is fine too. It allows him to get up his buildings. BladeMasterRUSH does not have escape, but Grinchy does not have dust. If he had bought dust alongside that staff, the second entangle there might have got pretty close to just killing this blade, actually. He will be able to cancel the south. No, Windwalk comes off. Still not terrible for Grinchy though. BladeMasterRUSH has used a lot of his Windwalks. And it's actually a little bit of a risk for him to come out of Windwalk here. Yeah, you're gonna get burned and then focused. He has no Windwalk anymore. He needs to be very careful. He does realize now, he's like, oh wait, Demon Hunter. That's a decent hero. That mana burn. Scary. So he decides to back off. And we see a tier 3 tech. So an interesting deviation for the strat. Oh my god, BladeMasterRUSH actually went back in. And he stole the item. And he stole the creep. What? I thought there was no way he would go back in. But Grinchy never got more mana on his keeper. Oh no, he should have used the Moonwell. That was going to be a dead blade. But Grinchy forgot to get more Moonwell juice on his keeper. Need that mana, bro. Sure, dude. Can get you here on the second one. Yeah, what I was trying to say is this is a very interesting deviation from BladeMasterRUSH. It's kind of uncommon to see quick tier 3 like this when you're going Grunts Shaman. Obviously with Headhunters it's a lot more common. But Grunt Shaman, that's kind of weird. To get it this early at least. Sometimes you'll get it later, like after you've already secured an expansion. And it's like 2 base versus 2 base play maybe. Yeah, that pickoff was huge. You got the Golem, he got the Greater Healing, and he somehow escaped with 20 mana. Just a little lacking from Grinchy's side, not having mana on his keeper to prevent the blade from doing anything. And this Orc army is extremely scary already. We got 2 Wand of Illusions left. Greater Healing, Invuln, Scroll of the Beast. And he's going to potentially have Bloodlust soon. That could be a lot of damage. Grinchy on the other hand has reached tier 3. I assume we will see, like, once this Moonwell finishes, Mountain Giant plus Dryad. I'm not positive if he's already got the research or not. Oh my god. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Elma of Valor on the BladeMaster. It's not like Grinchy wanted to kill the BladeMaster or anything, right? It's fine. Now obviously auras are scary as well, you know, Unholy Aura in particular. But man, Helm of Valor on like BladeMaster or Demon Hunter is always pretty scary. Because that's a lot of extra strength and agi, making him super tanky, giving him that extra bit of damage. Blade is a little low here, does dodge the burn. And Grinchy's not level 3, so this fight is not ideal for him. Our Night Elf needs to be very careful, his units are already kind of weak. And he's overextending because BladeMasterRUSH has reached tier 3, does have his 3rd hero out. So a little bit of anti-timing here for our Night Elf. He realizes though and is backing off. Might be able to try to get a burn, but Stomp comes out and there's no staff. He already used it. Demon Hunter falls, Archer falls. Grinchy needing to just back up. If BladeMasterRUSH does push in though, with low mana like this, the Dryads can potentially clean up with good choke points. So our Orc player does need to be a little careful. And he does wisely back off. Very smart play. You definitely don't want to go in against this. Like, he's stronger army-wise, but with low mana and no ensnare, it's hard to really track down any Dryads when they're in their base like this, and he can just run behind his trees. We do see a Shredder picked up, so used up quite a bit of Wood Wisps, and he's looking to add in Chimeras plus MGs, I assume. Bears honestly work a little bit better with Chimeras because you also get Roar, but I think he'll probably go MGs. Nice little pull here on the dragon. Orc as well, going for the other fountain camp. And we have Orb of Lightning coming online. This is a scary BladeMaster, but a grunt died. Oh no. Lost track of his grunt there. And Grinchy somehow managed to tie up the food count. I guess it's because BladeMasterRUSH bought 2 heal scrolls. Maybe upgrades.
Forces are under attack.
Did BladeMasterRUSH lose 2 units here? I think it's just a grunt. Yeah, Grinchy's army is starting to look quite scary. If he has Moonwells coming along. Oh no, Grinchy, where's your Moonwells, bro? Our Night Elf is not going to have fun here if he does not have... Okay, there we go. He realizes, put up that double Moonwell, jump to 70. Okay, but this timing, this is not ideal for Grinchy. But he might be able to just pick off some Shaman here and just TP out, and that could be good. You just don't want to really commit to this fight. Okay, so he did that. He got 2 Shaman. But is he committing? The Orc actually taking a lot of damage from this poison still. But you do need to be careful. Orc army is very scary with these high level heroes already. 2 Dryads dropping low, a 3rd Dryad dropping low. Grinchy hanging around a little too long. As I said, this is really not the right timing. Demon Hunter! Demon Hunter! Oh no. Grinchy stuck around a little too long. BladeMasterRUSH punishing it. He has a scary blade. He picked up Quel'Thalas now as well. Oh my god. What do you do with a blade that has plus 13 agi? And Orb of Lightning. Oh my god. But yeah, the start of that fight was good for Grinchy. As I said, he could definitely pick off some units right at the start, and he did. He got a couple Shaman. But the longer you take that fight, the worse it is for you, because Orc heroes are just too strong there, and he hadn't started producing beyond 50 yet, right? Like, he was at the moment where he was banking, he was building up the 70 food Moonwells. He had 2 Chimera Roosts sitting there. So it was not a good timing to commit as long as he did. We saw him get punished a bit. He lost like 2 or 3 Dryads and the Demon Hunter. And now Orc has done a tiny Great Hall. Not much creeps left. And this XP not amounting to much for Grinchy currently. It'll be interesting to see if either side goes aggressive anytime soon though, or if they just both play kind of passive. Grinchy kind of awkwardly passed 50 food already. I feel like he should detonate these 2 wisps like 2 minutes ago. Now it doesn't matter because he's going to 57, but definitely missed out on maybe 100 or 200 extra gold he could have got at least. Yeah, our orc player just looking to scout out the expansion, maybe spot the night elf somewhere, but creep camps are gone besides the center. There is still 2 little trappers there. Grinchy may be trying to get them, or is he just going to scout the expo with this? Looks like he's going to check out the expansion. However, he does not have a TP, and one of his chimeras still on the way. No MGs, no bears. And finds himself having to retreat. Good timing by BladeMasterRUSH. He should be able to get the shop and a Moonwell before Grinchy even arrives, which will make it much harder for our Night Elf to fight this off. Should hopefully see some of these wisps brought in. You definitely want wisps every time against Bloodlust. But actually BladeMasterRUSH just gonna TP right out. And I think that's a good call. You don't really need to fight this. You already did the damage. For Grinchy though, you kinda gotta commit now. Maybe pick up damage upgrade and TP, and then just go to town with the corrosive breath, because he does have corrosive breath, so he can kind of force the orc to take some fights.
A town is under siege.
And BladeMasterRUSH not really responding properly. Where's the headhunters? The heroes could still carry BladeMasterRUSH. The keeper dropping low right away, needs to use the invuln, does get the invuln off. We'd like to really see Wand of Illusion used as well, just to tank a bit and distract. Chimera's putting in a lot of damage on these grunts, but over time, the Shadowhunter and Serpent Wards and the BladeMaster with Orb is just going to be too much. These Chimeras can't even fight off the heroes of the Orc right now. Grinchy a little too far behind, is getting a bit overwhelmed. Keeper finally back. But BladeMaster on the other side has hit level 5, still with crazy items. And the supply deficit is just too much at this point. Grinchy calls the GG. 1-0 for BladeMasterRUSH.
Oh, and Elf Orc, like I know in human matchups what makes sense for like small maps and big maps in terms of good and bad. How does it usually pan out for Elf versus an Orc on the map this small? What does that usually look like?
I think this map is heavily Orc favored.
See, I kind of thought that too, but it was Grinchy's loser map choice, so.
Yeah, but maybe Grinchy just doesn't like the other maps. I don't know. I don't like this map for any race. Although supposedly it's decent against human. Mostly because you
can get mercs.
You can get mercs, and you can get your own expansion easier-ish.
But we do see a really early kind of the green camp Ancient of War from Grinchy, so he's not going straight for the merc camp.
Yeah, and I think this is not uncommon against Orc, because they can be pretty brutal if they harass you.
Get creep jacked.
Yeah. BladeMaster can get there quickly with Windwalk as well.
And we do see a grunt build from BladeMaster early.
So it will be the BladeMaster grunts again. At least I assume BladeMaster. I actually thought Grinchy might try to go for the Goldmine creep.
It is Blade.
Because I think he has been trying the Ancient of War there a bit.
He did that against me, and I kicked his ass, and I think he's still uncomfortable with it. Grinchy and I are competitive. I think I'm probably just a little bit better, not a lot. But he played me once and beat me on this map and didn't do the gold mine. I think it's something he's still trying to do. I don't know. Did you see the peon and the wisp have a little dance there in the middle? I don't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think he's not the most comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yo,
So he's
Flame,
going to
thanks
see.
for
So
the
his
raid.
west right now is seeing one
Dual
burrow.
cast with
He
nwilliams.
sees a shop. So to me, that screams BladeMaster fast.
Yeah, he's going to definitely creep the green at the top, and then go to the shop, get his healing, and then
A player's forces are under attack.
it's kind of up to him whether he rests. Oh, we do actually see Demon Hunter, not Keeper this time. So Grinchy is deciding to mix it up a bit. I was actually
BladeMaster did scout that.
Yeah, I was actually mentioning the first game. I did think it was possible that Grinchy would try Demon Hunter just to mix it up in one of the games, but I was thinking it would more likely just be Keeper every time. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Demon Hunter does a better job of neutralizing the opponent's heroes, and I feel like that's what really lost in the game in game 1. So maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah, Mana
They
Burn
both
can
got-
definitely be strong.
Yeah, they both got really nice items though. The blade got the claws and circlet for Grinchy.
Yeah, Circlet. Plus he just got an Agitone. Really nice for the demon. His base is a little cramped. He won't really...
For Grinchy or for
for
BladeMaster?
Grinchy. I'm not sure if that's
forces are under
6 squares or 5 squares. Like if he can even put a building inside.
Between the wells and the tree life.
Like he should be able to get one on the left of the tree of life, but I don't know if you can get one below it. That looks kind of small.
Only hero in the game that can do what BladeMasterRUSH is doing right now. One tier 1 unit and a hero can take that camp. So stupid.
Just get Sal.
Sorry, I'm a little biased this game for Grinchy just because I love him like a brother. So
Yeah, BladeMaster definitely powerful. It does require salves, but yeah, you can creep just about anything with a BladeMaster tanking. Does need to be pretty careful with this grunt though. And Grinchy did pick up boots, which is very nice pickup if you're going to go DH first against Orc.
he should reach this grunt. Yeah, he's gonna be able to pick it off.
Could see BladeMaster try to block or surround, but too late. Grunt's already dead. And yeah, that boot's already kind of paying for itself, honestly.
Totally.
It always feels nice when you pick up boots and you actually just get value off it right away.
See, if you're human, you just get boots so you can run your shit away. That's the only reason you get boots is to run away.
Oh my god.
So BladeMaster did finish the shop creep, which is a pretty big deal on this map especially. I feel like the shop, the 2 middle camps, the 2 middle orange camps to me are really important to get.
Yeah, maps that have center contested maps, always pretty huge to take those. And we do see a Hunter's Hall from Grinchy, so it's not going to be Talons, it will be Lures. Or should be Lures eventually.
Yeah, he has the resource for one. He immediately started this tier 3 upgrade. He has plenty of wood. He has the gold right now, but he hasn't put one down yet.
Yeah. I do think this can be quite strong for Grinchy though, if he manages to get up double lore and then just go straight into mass bears.
Yeah, I do too.
Because
he's gonna lose his ancient though. I don't know if you see the blade taking the ancient down right outside the base.
I always wonder how worth it is or efficient this is for the orc, because you're kind of just letting them know where your blade is and you're taking a lot of time on it, but I guess it's not bad to do.
We also see the cheesy Ogre Magi kill by the blade.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have mana, but he should be able to sidestep the... Oh, he has to wake him up. He should be able to sidestep... Oh, Grinchy's gonna spot him though! He has no way out!
Grinchy! Get him,
There's no way out! But the army's here. Oh no. Grinchy's getting overwhelmed. He got double ensnared. Now he's getting hexed.
No, Grinchy, kill it! Kill it!
Yeah, switch back to the blade. He does have Frost Arrow, but Hex coming out. Blade should be able to get away. There is boots, but Blade is pretty fast.
He's gonna pick off a grunt, at least one, and he's gonna get the rest of his camp. So it's a pretty big pickup.
Yeah, definitely
he's
still
only got
good.
one lore.
Yeah, definitely still good for Grinchy. Could have potentially been like game winning if he just sniped the blade and take the camp, but
I wanted to see that so badly. No offense to BladeMasterRUSH, because he's a good guy, but I hate BladeMasters and I love Grinchy, so. And we finally we still we have a second lure, but it's not even up yet. So.
And he is going bears. I do like this play from him.
He gets the upgrade first though before he. I guess that makes sense.
I think that's fine. Because a bear without an upgrade is kind of bad when it just has roar.
Yeah,
because you only get roar for your first spell, and you don't really want to attack with your bear.
Players' forces are under attack.
So it is going to be interesting to see how the second hero's level here.
Yeah, for Grinchy he did already get, or both sides got level 3 on their first hero.
Yeah, Grinchy's slightly ahead in experience on both though.
Grinchy surrounded his Naga. Lightning Shield kind of owning him actually here.
Oh, Grinchy, don't lose the archer! Don't lose the archer!
Oh no!
Lost the archer.
He's not paying attention as much as the kid over there.
It's one archer. It's not cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not ideal, but...
And also quite a bit of damage. But the main... Honestly, it's not even bad. Sometimes you actually want to start killing your archers off and just add in a ton more bears with this sort of strategy.
So what we're saying is that was a planned move.
Yeah, this is planned.
He did get the Talisman of Evasion though, so he just sold it. And he does have his first bears on the field. He's got a second one coming.
Oh yeah, just updated score. It's
food capacity
one
or the
for
resources for anything also. So he's going to be at 38 food for a while.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to solo creep the Naga.
Does have staff, orb, and bear, master bears though, so he's sitting pretty decent. And Naga should be quite close to 3 after this.
I'm usually not a fan of using spells like Fork Lightning when you're creeping.
Yeah.
But in that case, it really sped that up, and he already has a lot of mana on his Naga. So I actually like that he did that, because I feel like it's going to allow him to move on to the next camp faster.
Yeah, I think it can definitely be fine in that situation where he hasn't been using Frost Arrow in fights or anything.
Yeah.
Like if his mana is already kind of low, then it's kind of bad to make it even lower. But since he was sitting at full mana, it's probably pretty worth. We'll see another archer fall.
Yeah,
but it's a planned loss. It's
planned.
It's
that,
part of the
leaves
plan.
room for 2 bears.
But he's going to get in an awkward position here. I think he's playing this like he's facing an undead, honestly. I don't think you really want to run around with your DH like this against Orc. Because if you get ensnared and hexed, like...
Well, right now he needs to worry about getting supply blocked, because BladeMaster's in the middle of his base.
Town is under siege.
Did queue up 2 more bears, though. And his army is pretty strong against what BladeMasterRUSH has.
Yeah,
you're not actually scared of this unless there's like walkers and one or 2 Kodos.
And is the walker scary more because of the spell or because of chain link or chain whatever the hell it's called?
Everything. Spirit Link, disenchant, and magic damage. Spirit
and
Link
magic
makes
damage
it
does extra to what? To bears?
Yeah, the heavy armor. So they'll do a lot of damage to bears. They will make the bears not kill your units as fast with Spirit Link and Distant. No, he gets the Grinchy gets a speed scroll. Speed scroll elf, boys, new meta, let's go.
That's right. Elf with the speed
Be
scroll.
prepared for the next patch. We're gonna see speed scroll all the
He
time.
is supply stuck and he has no TP, so this may be like this is gonna be it for him.
This is an interesting attack, but he is going to get the shop and a burrow. Oh, I think he really should kill that burrow.
Back. I
This,
feel like he needs to reposition his archers here.
this positioning pretty bad for Grinchy. Naga getting focused. He has no way to save it. He has all the items on his DH. But he is still decently strong. He, however, does need to watch out for that Kodo. And needs to somehow get his bear back into bear form.
Oh, there goes the bear. I feel like yeah, Grinchy can still. Oh, he just lost another bear. That's gonna really hurt. It's pretty much 2 bears and 2 archers. And
Does get the Naga. Honestly, this fight's kind of bad for Grinchy, but it's not over if he can somehow save this bear and get some reach off. Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, his staff was on the Naga too. He doesn't even have staff on the DH.
And he just did a rejuve on his DH and not on his bear.
That hurts.
Yeah.
I think it's just a little too over aggressive of a play. There was no need to really commit there. He was at 46 out of 40 food.
And he put an ancient award down at BladeMasterRUSH's expo, by the way.
It's interesting. Especially because with the armor with the army that BladeMasterRUSH has, you wouldn't have been surprised to see pillage on it. So it's not necessarily good to have something to 9 like that when it can just get pillaged.
Yeah, he also has vision here. So Grinchy's seeing that BladeMaster has 2 heroes, a hurt grunt in his base. He should be seeing this bestiary now. So that's. I wonder what Grinchy can do with that information. It's not a really scary army from the Orc right now. It really isn't.
A town is under siege.
The goal at this point for Grinchy is to somehow sit at 50 food for a while and then just break up to 70 with like Bear Dryad.
Oh, I wish. Okay, good. Grinchy did get a few more hits off on the Great Hall before losing his Ancient.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's going to come up at about 70%.
Yeah, this is a really awkward spot for a Night Elf. I think there's really just a few too many losses there.
He is going to have 2 staffs. He's going to have 4 bears on the field, a level 3 Naga. So I think he can, he's at 43 food. BladeMaster's already up to 55, so he's at a pretty significant supply deficit.
Yeah.
And the 3 Kodos are really going to hurt.
He uses a speed scroll.
Yeah, but he has a speed scroll, so it's.
No, he just used it.
Oh, he just used it.
I think it was a misclick, but I don't know. Or maybe he just didn't know what to do with it. He's like, "What's a speed scroll? What do I do?"
You've got 4 food sitting in that Kodo's belly.
Yeah.
And it's about to burp. Let's see if we can catch it burp. I'm gonna watch it burp. Burp! Burp out the bear!
Grinchy could honestly buy a TP here and hit the expansion and TP out. Or maybe not even TP.
Yeah.
Basically, Grinchy just needs to go to the bottom right, cancel the expo, and then try to steal creeps and TP out. And that would be a good play. Just do whatever you can that doesn't involve actually fighting.
So Grinchy's at 46.
Yeah.
BladeMaster's at 55, but not a lot of damage. That's interesting to me. All his damage is going to be from heroes.
Yeah. But yeah, the problem with Grinchy here is he doesn't have a TP, and he's not ready to fight.
He has no army.
Yeah, this army is way too small, and his Naga getting caught out as well. That's going to be rough.
Yeah, but as soon as he loses the Naga, he's down to.
He does have a bear ready to rejuve though. If he can somehow get these Kodos to like get pathing blocked and miss a bunch. Okay.
The first one did not miss.
One devour. Staff on another. This one's purged though, so it's as good as gone. Another one. They're all eaten. Oh no.
One bear on the field.
Player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, this is
vulnerability.
I mean,
okay, 3.
Demon Hunter's still strong. He has rejuve on him, but that is 3 elf heroes and a purge orb.
He's gonna lose his Demon Hunter. There's no TP.
There is rejuve though.
Oh, he gets away.
Oh no. Cast another rejuve on your DH probably. That bear's as good as dead once it gets purged anyways.
Yeah.
You kind of missed use. Should have got a rejuve off there, but otherwise he is still alive, but
he needs to attack these Kodos and get those bears back.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of life left, but his heroes are strong. He's got 4.2, 3.6 heroes.
Yeah, honestly, Grinchy can fight this now with his Naga back with half mana, full health.
I feel like not fighting is really hurting him. He's got 8 food trapped. He's
Yeah.
going to be down to 37 once those bears digest. And they're nearly digested. There goes one. But he did cancel the expo. He did kill probably close to equal amount of units.
Yeah, I mean, he did decent overall, but
His bears are 1-1.
it was a fight he wasn't even really supposed to take.
Yeah.
Oh, but this free kills.
This could be big.
Oh no. BladeMasterRUSH, what's your Kodos doing? He's gonna eat it
no.
though. Oh my.
Oh.
But Grinchy's heroes are still strong. He just needs to make sure he gets consistent rejuves on
Nice
his heroes.
rejuve. Yeah, nice rejuve there.
And then he needs to somehow stay in this fight. Staff coming out. Good
But
staff.
now he has no staff, so everything that runs away is going to die.
Just depends if the BladeMaster gets some purges off here or not. And it's looking like he will in his next hit or two, probably. Yeah. It's a dead bear.
2 more bears in the belly of the Kodos. Oh, this hurts.
Yeah. This is the bear versus orc playstyle is very you need to be very careful at all stages, basically, because if you ever go too soon, you end up in this situation where you're just kind of slowly feeding bears to the Kodos.
He started an Ancient Protector at the expo, and he sees it because there's 4 Kodos on the field now, and 2 of the Kodos have bears in their belly. Pretty high life, and he's going to see the 2 towers as well.
Okay, Grinchy finally making the transition here to Mass Dryads. I think this will be good.
It may be too late, but I do too. The thing with Dryads, you can't run away. I mean, you're going to get ensnared, and once... I feel like with Dryads, once something like starts to be able to put damage down, it's a dead Dryad, you know?
Also, this is generally not a good play against Orc. I feel like he's just kind of misjudging this. This is what you do against Undead, but not against Orc, because you get ensnared. You don't really want to go in for burns like that. He does get 1 Kodo.
And the BladeMaster's really low on health. And it does see Dryads on the field right now. He could turn this around if he plays it right.
He will have another Forked Lightning here, but that heal wave doing a lot.
He doesn't have Rejuve right now. Oh, he gets his bear back though. Let's see if he can snap one back. He does lose it, but he's gonna get another Kodo. He's killing a lot more than he's losing right now.
Yeah, and this is why Kodos, although they're theoretically sound insane against bears, they're not exactly the best.
He gets the BladeMaster. That was huge. Oh my god.
He saps the bear as well. Oh my god, this bear has a lot of mana to use when it gets back too. And this bear gets back out of the Kodo. Grinchy's turning it around, but BladeMasterRUSH does have the expansion.
He does, and he's got 2 towers, which, other than bears, I mean, towers absolutely devour Dryads.
But yeah, not having Spirit Link is hurting a lot for BladeMasterRUSH.
And he's got a bear right here that I'm like, what are you doing? Please rejuvenate this bear. Please, don't walk it over there. Don't walk it over there.
Grinchy?
Grinchy, please. Grinchy, pull it back and rejuvenate. Grinchy,
Okay, he's got it now.
Okay.
He does need to consider mixing in more bears again, or MGs. Like,
he is doing a counter expansion too, by the way.
Okay, that's really good. The Dryads are good, but
they're not going to do anything in towers, and we do see Headhunters now on the field for BladeMaster, so he's going to have some range attack that he didn't have before.
I guess Grinchy's army is fine for now, but after he passes 50, it needs to not be Dryads, but it looks like he is queuing 2 more Dryads up. He really needs more bears or MGs, either one.
I'm a little surprised he didn't go after the altar here to cancel a BladeMaster. And we are going to see a little engagement.
Yeah, without the BladeMaster here, this army's not that scary. You can even start seeing some abolish on the Hex.
So he got a Raider for a Dryad. I'm wondering if he's going to go back and finish off the Bestiary here.
Yeah, I'd like to see
Yeah.
the Bestiary and the Voodoo Lounge picked off. Getting rid of the
I'm so
shop is
bored.
huge. Also, getting damage on these Kodos. Dryads do a lot of damage to them.
And more Dryads are coming out here. And he forced a TP, and now a speed scroll to come in so the Kodos can eat.
This
He
is,
does get one
this
bear.
is good for Grinchy. He needs to just fight. Yeah. And just try to abolish these hexes when he can. He does have a heal potion, so DH should be fine. Yeah, these Dryads are just going to kind of go to town on this army alongside double Orb of Venom.
The BladeMaster and the Demon Hunter are going to town against each other here, but the BladeMaster is losing this fight. And I feel like BladeMasterRUSH is losing this fight.
Yeah, the Elf army got too strong here.
He lost another Kodo. He's gonna lose the Shadow Hunter, and he's gonna lose his Demon Hunter if he's not careful. I mean, his BladeMaster.
BladeMaster should be dead here.
Holy
BladeMasterRUSH.
Holy cow!
BladeMasterRUSH probably not too happy about that one.
Wow. I did not see that coming. Amazing play by Grinchy. I really thought that was over. I thought Grinchy was done. Really nice transition there to the Dryads. And even with the bad timing earlier in the game, I feel like the timing at the end was perfect. He hit when he finally had a basically even food advantage, and he had the unit composition to counter the Kodo army. So
I think the big move by Grinchy was canceling the expansion.
Yeah.
The first time. Yeah, that last game was crazy, dude.
That was intense. So I thought Grinchy was done. I totally thought he was done. He lost probably 6 bears.
Yeah.
To Kodo and to running away.
Yeah, it ended up in the type of situation that's really bad for bear play, which is essentially if you attack too soon and they can just eat half your army and then you're stuck. Like, those are awkward fights. What you really want is to hit them when they don't have many Kodos, or where the army sizes are too big to where Kodos can't maneuver well enough anyways.
Yeah.
Because then Kodos aren't even really dealing damage. They're kind of just, bad.
I thought both players did a nice job of adjusting. Yeah. I thought BladeMaster saw the bears, went for Kodos, which clearly was a good counter, and then when Grinchy was not doing well against the Kodos, he switched to Dryads, and that ended up winning it for him. And I think it's hard for an orc to switch out of Kodos just because they're...
Well, especially because he put up a second bestiary. I think I actually would have liked him to put up a Tauren Totem. I think walkers are pretty good against bears.
The best melee unit in the game.
Because
it is.
Because Spirit Link and Disenchant and the magic damage from walkers are all pretty good against bears. You really want bears' damage to be spread out from Spirit Link. You really want to disenchant, roar, and rejuve. So I do think that is a better call than dual bestiary Mascoto type play. I think if you're going to dual bestiary, you actually want to go into more of mass raiders and just hit and run for a bit.
Yeah.
And then add in like mass wyvern later or something.
So I'll do a quick introduction.
Okay.
Just in case no one goes back and watches the VOD. But in the upper left, we have one of the best viewers in all of Twitch for Warcraft, Grinchy. Lives in California. I believe his family is originally from Nigeria.
Yeah,
I think.
I believe so.
Really good guy. And
are you still there? Did you just cut off? Question mark. Did nwilliams disconnect? Oh, he did. nwilliams has left the game. Well, I guess I will do the introduction now. So yeah, top left, our purple night elf is ThaGrinchy. Many of you should know him. And at the bottom right, we got our red orc player, BladeMasterRUSH, which I'm sure quite a few of you also know. He does play customs quite a bit. as well, and I've seen him do like quite a few interviews with community members,
Under attack.
like little podcasts, and yeah. Yeah, looks like Grinchy going for the standard creep here. Will be... Oh, he actually went Demon Hunter again, so no keeper, which is interesting. Oh, but he denied the creep. Oh no, Grinchy. He killed the creep with the Ancient of War. He got distracted by the peon. Yeah, BladeMasterRUSH. I'm not actually sure what the creep pattern for Orc is here. Every time I've faced Orc on this map, they just harass instantly. I'm pretty sure even Hitman harasses instantly. I saw a Hitman going to the shop, getting circlet, and then trying to harass here or here, depending where the elf goes. Yeah. Grinchy looking to get level 2 off this. BladeMasterRUSH does get the 1 item. And now... I'm unsure. It looks like he is going to go harass, maybe pick up a circlet. Yeah, he's going to pick up a circlet. Will it be dust as well? Does sell the cloak. Does pick up the circlet. Okay. Tech along the way. Second and third burrow. Grinchy, on the other hand, does have a third moonwell almost finished. Both have their tech started around equal timing again. And BladeMasterRUSH actually just continuing to creep, stealing one of Grinchy's creeps, the turtle. But we might be able to see some mana burns off here if Grinchy's aware. Looks like he's going to go pick up boots, maybe? Yeah, we see boots and dust. A little late on the mana burn, but a good dust usage. We'll be able to get 1 or 2 burns off here. Actually, with the boots, he should be able to get another one off if he... Yeah, another mana burn. That's actually pretty huge. Getting the BladeMaster to low mana early allows the elf to creep much safer and potentially makes the orc have to buy a clarity later. And we do see the Hunter's Hall once again. So it will likely be lures. Maybe more dryads this time. But he might go into bears again and just try to not lose as many early. Because bears can still be strong. And the slow got put on the BladeMaster. Grinchy getting some nice damage here with his DH. BladeMasterRUSH having to be a little careful here. And he will actually speed scroll out. Nice mana burn coming out to get rid of the last of the BladeMaster's mana. Salve will get him healed up, but it does take a while and he's out of mana. This 345 max mana BladeMaster going to be kind of awkward here. But Grinchy does go back into the creep and gets his DH slowed. Tide working wonders though, or Shadow Meld. And with the Moonwells on his DH, Grinchy should be fine here. Ooh, I'm not sure if I agree with BladeMasterRUSH trying to steal these, because DH is going to come back and start focusing down these grunts pretty quickly with the archers. So this is a little risky by BladeMasterRUSH. I guess there is no more slow Murloc here. Grinchy not actually going for the steal on the XP, but he is going to get a lot of damage done. And with the boots on his Demon Hunter, he might actually be able to continue chasing this grunt if there is no block. BladeMasterRUSH trying to block. Grinchy actually switching focus. He has a keeper now, which can really turn things in his favor, but there is also a Shadow Hunter, and we might see the turn with Hex. This is good for Grinchy though, I think, especially with the Demon Hunter tanking like this. BladeMaster getting focused, he's low health, no mana, no escape mechanisms, no speed scrolls. Grinchy should be able to take out one of these grunts with his boots, and might be able to even keep chasing and get an entangle on another one somewhere in the base. It will be interesting to see if BladeMasterRUSH goes for a speed scroll and runs away. just goes for the Hex. So a little more value here for our elf, getting another Hex to come out without getting damage during it. And another Hex. This is huge for Grinchy. Both heroes from the Orc, barely any mana. Grinchy's hitting strong. His goal now is probably to reach level 3. You really want to start getting that level 2 mana burn online. And he is indeed going Dryads from the start this time. Maybe he didn't like the bear playstyle too much. We do see the first Raider out. Ensnare, I believe, just finished from the bestiary as well, so Grinchy needs to be a little careful here. He is deciding to just back off. Interesting. And a nice entangle on the Raider, and there's no Dispel, no Purge. So this is going to be a dead Raider almost certainly with the Dryad slow. Another entangle getting onto the Grunt. Needs to be careful with his Keeper though, might pass the TP over. Grinchy does need to start getting out though, the archers are going to start dying. Oh, Keeper! Keeper! Oh, Keeper's gonna die, but getting the Shadow Hunter in return might actually be good for the elf. However, that was a lot of archer losses, and with Ensnare, another Dryad going to go down. Bit of a wasted TP as well. The Dryad was going to die regardless.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, Grinchy stuck around a little too long. It was good for him at first, when he was kind of dancing around here, getting the hexes used. But after this Raider comes online with Ensnare, Orc just, you know, becomes that much more scary. Yeah, our Night Elf player quickly going back to creeping, taking a middle camp as well. Pretty high value for him. Lightning Shield, definitely not good. It can have value on your DH, but yeah, it's generally not that great. You probably would have actually just wanted Sentry Wards. Would be pretty good, so that you can just get some creeping done in peace, or of course like Wand of Illusion. See the staff picked up. Should see we have the Orb of Venom as well. And I think with this healthy count of Dryads, Orb of Venom, and level 3 DH, Grinchy's sitting pretty strong. And BladeMasterRUSH going for an expansion. This is a lot of gold invested. We have a, you know, he's gone tier 3. He's picked up a tiny Great Hall, but he's also made a shop and a burrow. And a tower, so that's a lot of gold invested in stuff that is not units. Grinchy, on the other hand, going for the main base. Not a bad call, especially with this burrow kind of exposed. This will be one burrow kill, and he can likely get, if he wants, he can get all the burrows. He just needs to go in. Wait, no, he doesn't have a TP though. Oh, that's why he's playing so scared. A TP here for the Night Elf would have just been like amazing. Grinchy would have got all 3 burrows and the Orc would have been very, very sad. But without a TP, a little too afraid to dive in. You definitely don't want to dive in with Dryads because you start getting ensnared and burrows start getting loaded up and you just lose everything. Yeah, Grinchy wisely backing off. I don't believe is... Okay, he's about to scout the expansion. There is already a tower and a burrow up, but they are not fortified. I don't actually think this Wisp saw it. It just is chilling here. Okay, now it sees it. And gets hit. Yeah, Grinchy, what's he going to do? It looks like he's just kind of dancing around, giving the Orc time to get more units. Grinchy's army looking a little bit weaker now with how long he waited before actually fighting. Could see some manual abolish on the DH here. Yeah, it needs to get some Mana burns and focus fire off. We do see one Dryad dying at the start, but a lot of Orc units starting to get weak. Purge coming out on the Entangle, very good. But the DH only has an invuln, no TP. So if the Orc can start focusing heroes, it could be strong. Otherwise, these Orc units are really starting to die now. We see a lot of Raiders getting picked off, Entangle working wonders, Orb of Venom doing amazing as well. And I think that's the type of situation where as the Orc, you actually have to commit for a hero when there's too many Dryads like that. Grinchy continues to go in though. Needs to be pretty careful. He does have an invuln, but doesn't have anything else, and BladeMasterRUSH can always buy a potion and hex the DH. Could buy a potion on his Shadowhunter, hex the DH, potentially kill. But yeah, otherwise, the Orc army still looking quite weak here. DH does run out of invuln, but Entangle coming out on the Blade. Blade dropping low, trying to escape. Does escape, but another Grunt goes down. This shop also quite low, but Grinchy in the meantime has counter expanded, or is counter expanding, which I think is a good call. Sadly, he's sitting at 51 food, which is really awkward. Probably should kill off his own archer here to drop below 50. Maybe he'll detonate a wisp though. I think killing the archer would be best, because you don't really want to deto your wisps in this situation. But yeah, DH gets healed up, brings a clarity for his keeper, and buys a second staff. And with 2 MGs now on the field, these mountain giants could work wonders. Picking up the clubs, they will start smacking down these towers. Technically, you don't really need the clubs when the towers don't have fortified. Like, it might even be better to just leave them with normal damage instead. Yeah, DH getting focused. He's in a bad spot with the DH, but the BladeMaster also getting focused, dropping low quite quickly and has no invuln, just the level 1 heal wave from Shadowhunter to keep him alive. So this Blade, not in the greatest of positions. Grinchy doesn't like the situation there. Will transition over to BladeMasterRUSH's main. This is probably the right call, but still kind of awkward for our elf. He did take a lot of damage on both his heroes there. He has no rejuve, no heal scroll, no invuln, no TP. So hero focus could be huge for BladeMasterRUSH, and we do see that. Awkward position though with the 2 MGs in front, but he is committing to the hero focus. Staff coming out, but now the keeper kind of left alone here. BladeMasterRUSH not really going for it though, just trying to take out some of these Dryads. He does have a healthy count of Headhunters now. Now he's going for the keeper. Gets a purge off. Does he have an ensnare soon? We do have the ensnare, and that is a dead keeper. Good pick off from BladeMasterRUSH. Grinchy overextended a little bit without a big enough army. And now his MG's getting purged to death and just kind of stuck. We'd like to see BladeMasterRUSH surround one of these. Okay, DH comes in for the staff. But now there's just so many Headhunters, and this MG, there's just no saving it. Saving grace for our Night Elf is, he does have a counter expo up now. But this Orc army is starting to get thick. We got a pretty huge count of Headhunters here. He is getting Berserker upgrade now as well, which will be huge. Extra, like, what is it, 75 or 100 health or something? I thought it was 100, but for some reason I thought they only went to 450. I don't know. Yeah, Orc heroes looking strong. We do see the Abolish coming out this time, but Dryad getting a little cut off guard. This is a little too early of a fight for Grinchy. I think he needed to kite around more. Wait for his keeper to get back. Yeah, he is taking the fight. Does have the Orc hero mana low, But now with Berserker upgrade finished and only one MG, quite awkward for our Night Elf. Nicely micros the Keeper away from this focus. And if he can bait with this MG a bit and just get damage with his heroes, then she can do something. But he needs to somehow protect his DH. Keeper needs to come in with a staff. But Shadowhunter caught out. He's getting smacked. TP coming in. Orc will disengage. And Grinchy holds. Should hopefully see an entangle here. Okay, entangle coming out. Oof. And our Night Elf holds, but he's not sitting good in wood count. I would like him to creep the lab and pick up a shredder. However, he might just produce a bunch of wisps instead. He does have 2 trees. We'll see what he decides to do. Yeah, if Grinchy can hold on for a while, he can still do this.
A player's forces are
like, we see how strong this Demon Hunter can be when he has time to get a lot of attacks off and mana burns. But that's the thing, right? It just depends how much that Demon Hunter can get done. And if the Orc simply focuses the DH down, makes it get staffed out of the fight, then the DH might not get much done. Ruined Bracers, not ideal. We'll likely sell that. Keeper might need to be staffed, but Purge coming out and Snare coming out. This Keeper is likely... Okay, he actually has a TP and he used a potion. So it saves the Keeper, but that was pretty costly and a good pickup by BladeMasterRUSH. He got rid of the TP, he got rid of a potion. And our Night Elf is not finding the time he needs. BladeMasterRUSH going right in again. Grinchy did pick up the Shredder though. Does have Dryads on the way. And the goal here for Grinchy is to kite as best as he can. He does have Nature's Blessing, so these buildings can last for a decent duration against the Orc damage. And we do see Wisps unloaded, likely coming to detonate. Yeah, Wisps coming in. Could be some good detonates, but DH getting focused. Detonates the Hex, but Keeper too far away. Purge coming out, DH focused, DH down. Oof. And this Orc army, the Horde is pursuing. And the Keeper caught out. Does have another TP actually. He will be able to teleport out. But this army is scary. He's going to lose his expansion. Might be able to get some good detonates. And if BladeMasterRUSH sticks around, maybe... Okay, didn't actually detonate. Yeah, rough spot for Grinchy now. He is sitting at 57 out of 60 food against a 71 out of 72. BladeMasterRUSH is going in though. Could be a good choke point for these mountain giants, but with the DH so far away still in the altar, it's going to be really tough without a DH. BladeMaster becoming a huge problem when you do not have your own Agi hero doing damage here. Dryads dropping fast. BladeMaster reaching level 5, still has an invuln as well. MG's doing decent tanking, but BladeMaster in the back line just getting way too many pickoffs. Dryads almost gone. Keeper as well dropping low. Gets a potion off, but there's not much Moonwells here to use for healing. And our Night Elf running out of ways to escape here. The Orc army still a little weakish. DH is almost out, but Grinchy feels he doesn't have a chance and decides to call the GG. 2-1 for BladeMasterRUSH.